Yep, I just hit the button. We're good.
All right, cool. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Urban Jungle. I'm Griffin, and I'll be your host. Urban Jungle is a game of noir stories taking place in a world similar to our own, but where our resident citizens are animals. Our game takes place in the year 1923 in a not too unfamiliar city named Trikoga, a city of industry up against the largest lakes on the continent. Prohibition is in full swing. Gangs compete for territory and take their cut of the bootlegging industry, and very strange things will begin to happen to our heroes. Let's go ahead and get some introductions out of the way. First of all, with your name, species, type, career, personality, and motto. Theta, why don't you lead the way?
Alright. Alright, I am playing Dante, the original. I am a famous sloth magician. My personality is mercurial. My motto is, I always have a plan. My goal is to discover something to reinvigorate my performance, plus one goal to be not mentioned just yet.
Spooky. All right, Rafferty.
This works better if I'm unmuted.
Yeah,
Hello.
that sure does.
I am playing Claudia Greathouse, aka the Woman in Black. My motto is justice tempered by mercy. And my goal is to solve my friend's murder. My friend has been murdered. I'd like to solve it. Or
Wow.
actually, is he murdered or disappeared? I think he's just disappeared.
He is dead. 100%.
Oh, he's dead?
He
All
is
right.
bloody corpse on the street. What? Actually,
Good,
no,
good.
that's right. You might not know for sure.
Well, solve my friend's disappearance.
Disappearance, murder, same difference in the end, right? He's probably murdered.
Solve whatever crime. He was worried about something. He wasn't very specific about what he was worried about. You know,
We'll worry about the details after we close the case.
he had enough money to be sheltered and provoke the interests of high Muckamuck people, and just enough inbreeding to be defensive. Which
All right.
somewhat describes me, as I would be playing a fox rich masked vigilante.
Ooh, yes.
My special should I say what my special campaign gift is, or is that a secret?
You can go ahead and keep secret. Doesn't really matter right now. We're just going through the basic introductions at the moment.
Right. And so I have actually been abroad for many years, and only just now returning to the States to assume my family fortune, mostly because of my friends' issues. So,
Of course.
Trikoga is even worse than I remember.
As it should be. Demon Wolf, go ahead and introduce yourself now.
Well, I am playing Guido Knuckles Genovese. He is a gorilla boss brute. He works for the I can never the Labrazio gang.
Yeah, Labrazio's, I think.
Labrazio. Okay. It looks like lab rat to me, so I always did it that way. And his personality is bold, and his motto is better to be a small shark than a big guppy. He's he's a little more than a knee breaker and collections specialist right now, but he's got his eyes on being a little bit more than that. And so his current goal is to clear those Miracle Mile goons out of the Eastwood district. Figures if he can clear them out so that his gang can take it over, then maybe he can move up a little bit, could actually be his own boss, have his boys a better life.
All right, fantastic. A gangster with a plan. Next, hey, you know what goes great with gangsters? Fwee.
All right, I will be playing Francis Boone. He is a alligator federal agent coming up from Florida. He's a bit of a hardline personality, and his motto is "You gotta do what you gotta do." His main goal is to bring some normalcy back to the chaotic streets of Trikoga, and he doesn't really know exactly what he is capable of doing to meet that end.
Yes, as a Bureau of Investigators investigator, I'm sure you're probably just waiting on a nice big packet of most wanted and other critical details.
Oh, yes.
So that'll probably show up on your doorstep, and you'll get to spend all week creating it.
Hell yeah.
And last but not least, Hugo, who do we have today?
All right. So my name sorry about that. My name is Zaman Ek. However, people just call me Zamek because that's just way too complicated to say. I am a cat person, and I don't know if I want any. Well, I guess only people who really know me know that I'm kind of like a shaman. I come from South America. My village was destroyed, and I was pretty much sold into slavery. Dante saved me, and I work for Dante as his assistant in his magic show. My motto is the sun will come out tomorrow. And my goal is to find the people who destroyed my village and figure out what caused my bad luck, because no matter what I do, I don't seem to go where I want to go or do what I want to do. And my personality is I'm stubborn.
Unlucky, but very sunshiny. I like it. It's a good combination. All right then. So with introductions out of the way, let's roll into it. Everyone has seen a flyer. Show to everyone. Have you ever felt things were off? Have you witnessed something not so easily explained? Then you should come to the Curious Investigators Club of Trikoga this Friday at the Eastwood Municipal Library at 1 a.m. for its inaugural meeting. We'll discuss local myths and legends, recent events, and material from the National Curious Investigators Central Organization. Snacks will be provided. You've all gotten a flyer in the mail, stuffed into your box, by someone going door to door. And have ultimately decided to attend, if nothing else but to see what this might be about. The Eastwood Municipal Library is an unassuming two-story red brick building sandwiched between a tailor and a corner store. The doors are made of old wood and creak, but inside it's clean and warmly lit with electrical lights from the high ceiling. At the door is a small information desk listing a number of meetings that the library hosts: the Global's Workers Union Eastwood Local Chapter, the Society of Magicians, and in fresher ink, the Curious Investigators. Between the rows of bookshelves are tables and desks for reading, but around one corner next to a curtained window is a small podium and a set of arranged seats. On the wall are a small set of framed photographs, and the most prominent is that of a, oh gee, what did I spell there? Oh my gosh, my notes. The most prominent photograph, however, is of a woman holding up a banner for the Women's Suffrage Association, dated 1920 and signed in ink on the corner, "We did it." The youngest in the photo is standing at the podium right now, waiting and looking a little nervously to see who shows up. Show to players, show to everyone. She's a chestnut horse with a bright yellow dress and a curly head of hair. The tag on her chest reads Emmett Olson, Librarian. Beside her is a small table with a closed box of pastries and a small stack of books. So, one more time, going around the room, who do people see? What are you dressed at or look like, if there's anything fascinating or interesting about you? Let's go ahead and start with Fui this time.
Okay. So Boone's a bit of a unit, is the first thing you recognize about him. Being an alligator, he's very stocky and thickly built, although he's still somewhat low to the ground. He's wearing a large beige overcoat that he's just now taking off, getting inside, and he's just got a regular broadcloth shirt and suspenders on underneath. You can see as he takes it off, he does have a shoulder holster that he is leaving in his jacket.
Alright, Dante. What do people see?
A fancy tuxedo, wide top hat, elaborate looking cane.
Very nice. Guido.
Well, he's in a nice. He is a big gorilla. I mean, he's really big, very muscular. And while he's got a nice suit on, it's off the rack, and they don't really make suits his size, so it's kind of ill-fitting. He's got the fedora hat on, and for all of it, he's about as put together as you could get for dealing with something like that. The
Oh,
one thing that
another-
probably would stand out for him is the fact that he's got on one of the lapels a diamond stick fin, a diamond stick pin in the shape of a fist.
Ooh, very fancy. So we got another fancy person. Hugo, what do people see?
I just wear a very simple suit with a hat.
Another suit. And of
I
course,
just-
Norman then.
Well, I have to wear. I'm wearing both the most expensive designer dress in the blandest gray color ever, and I would have to arrive carrying my small valise because I believe I think I've wandered into the library not because this event is going on, but because I'm finalizing the donation of the Great House wing of the library.
In which case, of course, Emmett will look over to you, and when she notices your presence, she will smile a little bit, maybe in anticipation of that donation. So, with everyone around the room, Emmett is looking around and seems a little more visibly confused than when she first started looking, as she looks over at the clock. Oh, this would be everyone then. Maybe 5 more minutes, see if everyone shows up. No, I'm sure he'll come by. Thank you all for coming to this first meeting of the Curious Investigators Club. I'm Evan Olson, and I've been in contact with the National Curious Investigators Organization for a few years, and so I've been documenting strange occurrences here in Trikoga on their behalf. It's been slow work mostly towards preserving newspapers and other publications, which this library already does in partnership with the main Trikoga City Library. However, with the help of a few curious people such as yourselves, I think we can coordinate efforts and put some real investigation on some of these incidents instead of just documenting their presence. And that ought to give some peace of mind to the people of the city. In light of this as well, for fully documented investigations towards proving or disproving certain claims, the national side of this organization is willing to pay a bounty for each report it receives from this chapter, to be split among all members, of course.
Sounds like an interesting thing. Been some weird stuff on the streets lately.
Oh, you've seen some things around? Would you like to share with everyone? You could have the podium up here if you like.
Nothing to put the thumb on. Just rumors. People seeing weird things, people not acting right. Nothing I'd put a bet on if it was a racehorse.
Oh, I see. Well, with maybe a few more eyes on the street, maybe we could see what it's about then. See what's happening around Eastwood. Or, well, you live around Eastwood, right? That's where I distributed most of the flyers.
Yeah, I got a place around here. Kind of eyeing Boone a little bit.
What kind of eye?
Well, you're obviously a cop, or
Am
at least
I?
a federal guy. I mean,
Am I?
You said you looked like it.
I said I'm wearing an overcoat. That's what everyone's wearing.
No, I'm wearing a suit.
So
Yeah,
I'm
you're
Porter.
He's
That's right.
obviously
Only cops wear coats. This is official.
yeah, you're obviously a criminal.
All right, sorry.
Yeah, only cops wear trench coats, man. Come on, this is the 30s.
Come on.
All right, forget that then.
We can smell a copper from a mile away.
I want to make an investigation roll. Joking. Anyways,
I'm
Actually, good
curious.
question. You do have like a badge, like as a possession, right? I believe
Yeah,
you
but
do.
I'm not.
Casually in your pocket, of course.
Yeah, it's not gonna be on my chest all the time.
Oh, that's right. It has to be like the inside of your trench coat so you can
Yeah.
flash it dramatically, of course.
Exactly.
But Emmett will kind of look over to anyone else. I assume the rest of you must have seen such kind of things as well, right? Strange occurrences around the city?
Well, paranormal and magnetic studies are all the rage, with people throwing all sorts of bizarre seances and and all sorts of crazy stuff. This are you just happen to be someone who's interested in this sort of like alternative science?
Well, I don't quite believe in much of that sort of science. It doesn't seem to add up to me, but it's undoubtable from the amount of data I've collected that there are a number of strange things. In fact, I have this binder right here, and she'll reach towards the book stack and take a particularly thick binder of no less than 400 pages of newspaper printouts, and hold it up and set it down on the podium with a little bit of a thud.
You've been diligent. How is this indexed?
Oh, well, you see, it's quite interesting, really. And before she can really start explaining how the library is indexed and all the things she is suddenly brightened up to explain to someone, everything stops for a moment as the lights flicker and go out. It is just a little bit concerning. However, it's the middle of the day. It wouldn't seem too odd until the room starts to shake, and the shelves start to threaten to fall, as you watch a darkness rise up on the window curtains until all sunlight is gone, and in a moment, you are all in the pitch black darkness.
Okay,
What the hell's going on?
so wait, the fly meant to say 1 p.m., right? Not 1
Yes,
a.m.
it is 1 p.m. It is just
Okay.
a little bit afternoon.
Okay.
Because the flyer handout says 1 a.m.
Okay. It's like, so kind of without talking, Boone's just going to reach back around, kind of start patting his coat a little bit, but he's not going to yet take out his piece. He's gonna start looking around. It's like, all right, cut the crap. No more funny business. Show yourself.
To that, the library remains very silent until you hear a click, and Emmett has pulled out a lighter.
Yeah, I was gonna say I pull out my lighter and I flick it on.
Emmett is shaking her head and lighting a small cigarette now. I can't believe it. It must be that truck again. And during a power outage too. I just wanted this day to go well.
Hold on. What truck? What are you talking about?
Oh, it must be the garbage truck. It always backs up into this alleyway.
Are there windows on more than one side of this room?
She stops for a moment, and you can see her stroking her chin in the shadow. But,
I'm looking at the
you're
photo.
very right.
Yeah, there would
Why is
be.
it so dark?
Yeah, it's 1920s and it's a library. There would be windows everywhere. So yeah, so she's really confused.
Oh dear. Well, I suppose I could go fetch the lantern from the back.
I'll go with you if you want. Make sure nobody does anything funny.
Oh, well, maybe this gentleman instead, she says as she looks at you for a moment, and then points over at Zamek.
Who, me?
Yes, she points at you, and she gives like a little bit of a concerned look at Ito for a moment.
Um,
Okay, sure. Why not?
Boone's gonna whistle a little bit, like very low and quiet.
Alright, so the only light in the room is currently leaving. At this point, I'd like it if everyone could just drag their token, like, onto the screen.
Okay.
This will just make organizing where everyone is a lot easier. I'm gonna go ahead and Emmett Olson. Nameplate activated.
Yeah, I apologize for my confusion. I can't find my token.
Just drag the picture from your character sheet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like before in the journal, if you grab your character name and drag it off, and then let go, yeah, there it goes.
Oh, I'm not used to that working.
It's amazing, isn't it? Alright, so that means that Emmett, Zamek, and Guido will be in one group, and Claudia, Dante, Boone will be in another. So currently, Emmett is the only one with the light out, and I think Zamek as well. Do any of you three have lighters or anything like that?
Considering it's the 1920s, I'd say it's fairly reasonable to assume Boone smokes, so yes.
Yes, you are a cop, and Prohibition is in swing. You need an addiction.
Yep.
So there is now a small amount of light around you. And as these three go to the back, I would like everyone to go ahead and roll me some mind observation rolls.
Okay. So is that rolling both mind and our observation skill?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's got a mind eye, and only some of us have observation.
And
Okay.
because it is dark, I will be rolling a die to represent opposition on this.
So
Or actually, hold up a second. I need to find... What did I write down I was going to roll? Da, 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 da. And what else? There we go.
Wow, Boone is the lookout.
I have observation out the wazoo.
Okay. So as the three of you go to the back, you can't help but notice that, I should set the scene a little more. As you head towards the back is basically a long corridor that leads into sections not generally open to the public. It is a rather narrow corridor, and as you start going down, you can't help but notice that the first door on your left is already ajar. That is with a good number of successes from Francis.
Isn't Francis?
Do I need to roll?
Oh yeah,
still
Francis in the other group.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dante, Ito got only a 4.
It's still
got
one success, I
8.
think, right?
Oh, Zamek, did you roll?
That's what I was asking. So let me get let me see if I get this right. I gotta roll a D8 and then 2D6s.
Correct.
I have 2.
Correct.
Right. Cool. 1 second. Did that work? I don't think that worked.
That did work. You came out with a 4 and a 3.
Where
I didn't roll.
that one be?
I didn't
Oh,
roll
it
the
only
1d8.
rolled 2d6, yeah. So
Yeah.
the comma doesn't work, you gotta do plus.
Oof.
There we go. So one success. One success with a light in your face is enough to notice and open a jarred door.
Was that door open when you set everything up?
Wait, this is my printing room. Hold up a second. And she will start to lean in and take a look around.
Oh.
Inside the printing room, you can see sort of a rather large machine, probably the size of 2 or 3 people, sort of looming off in a corner, and in another sort of like a workshop table that looks very splattered with ink. But there doesn't seem to be much in here. But you notice that there is a disturbance on the floor. It looks like a small amount of objects from the workbench have been cast aside.
Like somebody swept an arm across the bench and just shoved it all off?
A little bit, yes. But as
I
you
go over it. Can I go over and examine it?
Yes, you can. And as you go over to the bench, you cannot help but notice that the ink on the table is not merely splattered, but has actually been turned into a specific shape, some kind of circle with an almost familiar looking symbol in the center of it. Zamek, you would recognize, I believe, that this must be some kind of magic ritual. It must be.
Can I identify what they might have been trying to do?
What do you have to try to identify what someone could have possibly done here?
Well, I do have what do I have? Academics, observation.
Academics and observation sound like good tools for investigation. And how about you go ahead and put your mind into it to see if you can recognize what could possibly be happening here.
All right, one moment.
Alright, that is one success.
Wow. Same roll again.
It is, of course, very difficult to tell what exactly Ritual might have done just by looking at the mess on this table alone. Maybe if you had a text, maybe if you had whatever else may have been involved in the ritual, you could maybe start to put the pieces together. But as is, the best assumption you can make is that whatever happened here must have caused whatever has happened in the library.
I come over, kind of look over his shoulder while he's kind of looking at it. Then back over to the lady. Got somebody in here doing finger painting?
Well,
No,
this is
I-
my typesetting desk.
I just
No,
point
I
down to
turn.
the. Sorry.
I turn around. I turn to both of you. I say, no, something else is happening here. I'm like, I need to see. I was like, I need to talk to Dante.
All right. Well,
Could you get the finely tailored man outside and tell him to come in here?
I think it's best to continue on and get some light.
Right, the lantern will make everything better. And you can tell she looks a little bit shaken. So do you want to actually go back then, or continue on?
I say continue on first. That ain't going
Okay.
nowhere.
And now let's take a look at the other party then. Let's see, Francis, you got 1, 2. Very good. Claudia, you got 1, and Guido.
I've only
you
got one.
Yeah, Dante has 1. Okay. As the 3 of you are sort of milling about, just waiting to see if they come back to the lantern. Things are very quiet. The podium looks normal, but you can't help but notice that the stack of books that used to be there is gone.
And it didn't seem like anyone took it.
You didn't see anyone take it.
Alright.
You mean Emmett's books?
That is correct. The stack of books that was right next to the pastries. The pastries are also gone.
Oh, hold on here. Hold on here. He's gonna kind of gesture with his kind of half-done cigarette at the pile of books. Wasn't there a pile of text just right there?
Even worse, the lady fingers are gone.
Shit. Well, I don't like the look of this at all.
The layout of this library and the room that we're in, how far from the front door was it that we are currently?
I'd say the library is arranged something sort of like a cross for the main corridors here. I'd put you maybe at a, medium distance?
But we wouldn't be like in visible distance from the main doorway.
There is a hard corner with the main door.
Okay.
Is there
to keep the wind from getting in here?
Yeah. Is there anything to obstruct the approach to the podium, or is it just out in the middle?
It is up against the wall next to where the curtained window was. So it is with its back facing that and facing forward into the hallway.
All right. If that's the case, I'm going to check the curtained window.
Okay.
He's going to kind of stand up, his hands in his pockets. There's really nothing to suggest any serious danger at this point. So he's just going to kind of sidle up to the window and take a look around there.
All right. So you sort of sidle up to the window, take a peek behind the curtain, and you notice, of course, it's still pitch dark. But as you kind of flash your light, it's not dark, it's not black, it's brown.
What the hell?
It's
Does it look like there's something pressing up against the window?
it
Is the
does. in
building on
fact.
fire? Is that smoke?
No. There's. Hold on a second. He's gonna.
The
Hmm?
From looking at it, it takes a moment to sort of recognize, but it is 100% dirt.
Shit. Hey, he's gonna like call across the room. There's dirt all over these windows. Shit.
Conceivably, some of these windows are on the front side of the building, right?
Yes, indeed.
I would like to make a slow little jaunt around that right-hand corner to go to the front door, to then open the front door and just look outside.
All right. As you approach the front door and you swing it open, you are met with a solid wall of dirt. It does not budge, it does not pour out. It looks cleanly cut even.
So you're saying I open the door inwards and just outside the doorway is just a wall of dirt?
Correct.
I poke it with my cane.
You poke and prod it and a little bit of dirt falls off the side of it onto the ground, leaving a little bit of dirt at the door.
Curious.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking of which, is there any dirt on the sill of the window?
No, there is not at all,
Hmm.
aside from a tiny little bit of dust.
Strange. Moving back over to the area where the books and the pastries were, can I notice anything out of the ordinary that wasn't there prior to when this started going dark?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll me mind and observation to investigate that area.
Okay,
Do you have
mind
anything
and
else that would make it easier on you?
Not particularly. I mean, I have my career as an investigator, but I don't know.
You do have an outfit for investigating, don't you?
An outfit. I have
Yes.
like a rough outfit.
Okay, so maybe you're more handled for taking the blows in the process of your duties then.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so that's be observation. Right, so that's still 2.
Hey, that looks pretty good. That is 2 successes. You notice that there's a glint of light off the wooden floors beneath you. In fact, it looks like there's some kind of substance.
Touch it. No,
Touch it, and it's clear and slimy, and it smells terrible. It's like something died in here.
so there was just a small puddle of this fluid on the floor by this.
No more. There's a trail of it
Oh shit!
leading
Hey,
up to the podium and then away.
he's gonna snap his fingers a couple times to get the attention. Is only Claudia still in the room?
Apparently, I'm the only one still here.
Hey, Miss. He's gonna snap his fingers a couple more times.
Great
Hey,
house.
Miss Greathouse, there's something on the ground here. They might want to take a look at. You know what this is? He's gonna like hold up a couple fingers with this stuff on it.
Well, it's on his fingers, so it's not caustic. You sure it's not black tar? I mean, they use those in the roofs and to patch the roads here a lot.
Considering the fact that it's glowing, no.
It's only reflective and
Well,
clear.
reflective and
Yeah.
clear.
Reflective, but it's clear, like
Yeah.
petroleum jelly. How odd.
It looks like there is a trail of this stuff. He's gonna kind of gesture.
I will squint curiously. As a girl, I attended finishing school, so I have a slightly above average education. I'd like to try mind and academics.
Go for it. Let's see if you can recognize what this terrifying stuff is.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up.
I'm not. I'll
Ooh,
remain cautious.
1 success. Yep, that's jelly, all right.
Yes, indeed. In fact, it looks like it must be some kind of mucus.
Mucus. Well, or that kind of, it could be some sort of mucus, petroleum jelly, or that kind of fake ectoplasm they use at seances to convince people that the supernatural is real, which it isn't.
This is the point where it's all been a setup.
If there's a sort of trail leading away, I'd be more comfortable with my coat on. He's gonna walk over, swing his coat back on.
I never took mine off. I wasn't planning on staying that long. I'll follow. Where does this trail lead?
Let's find out.
It leads among the bookcases, and it looks like it's actually went towards the front door.
I'm going to. There was only a podium. Is there a front desk here?
Yes, there is. You walked past it in the introduction.
I'm going to search the front desk to see if they have an electric torch in case of blackouts.
Okay, so you will be heading there. The other group is still heading to find that lantern. And Dante.
Would I think that this
Hold
building...
up for a second.
Okay.
What's about to happen to you? You hear a footstep behind you. And suddenly you turn. The form before you rises like any other sapient creature, but you can tell it's by its sway and bulging and writhing form something is wrong. It wears a brown suit drawn tightly, dirty and in tatters, and at its side is a satchel bag with the letters JH embroidered on it. Its face and hands, though, have no fur or skin, instead comprised of black, putrid worms into a facsimile of the shapes that should be there. In its hands, you see a knife. I am going to try to scare you. So, let's see how this goes. I'm going to get my dice, and I believe in contest, you roll body, will, and presence.
Noted.
12, 2D, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jesus.
It is very scary, isn't it? I believe in this case, it is the highest numbers would be successful, correct? This is opposed rolls. So with that 8, it kind of boxes you out entirely, and you are now frightened. Or panicked, I believe it was, right?
Yes. Well, I am getting out of here. I am marching as fast as I can, and not a run, but a very quick gait back towards the room I came from, probably passing a couple of you by, tipping my hat and say, "Good day, sir, I'm gone."
As you do, you drop your lighter behind you in your fear and panic to run away as quickly as possible. And, of course, you encounter the others at the front desk.
Well,
They
I
look like they
never.
are about to scavenge into it.
Well-
Sorry, did the trail of goo also pass by the front desk? Or is it going
It
to
did
the
not go by the front desk, in fact. It looks like it went into the shelves that would be on the corner side.
Yeah, so I was not going towards the front desk. I was following the trail.
Alright, so you are continuing to follow the trail, and of course come up on the door. Just in time, of course, to hear Dante screaming in fear.
Well, I never. What sort of funhouse trickery is this?
And Boone, you of course see a shadow darting into the opposite bookshelves.
So hearing a cry of alarm and seeing a shadow darting away, he's gonna just shout, "Hey, stop!" And he's gonna kind of hobble as fast as his short legs can take him.
Alright, you rush into the bookshelves. Claudia, as you had approached the front desk, of course, you see Dante, and you see the light he had go out, and you can see a pair of figures rushing off into a set of bookshelves.
Well, that sounds terrible. It sounds like a time to crouch behind the desk and try to find that freaking flashlight.
Okay, cool. So you're going to go ahead and search the front desk and see if it has an emergency flashlight.
Can't hide it too carefully. You have to be able to find this stuff in a blackout.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and have you roll real quick. Give me some mind observation to see if you find it quickly. You definitely do. It was in fact in one of the drawers.
Yep.
You shake it a little bit, click it on, and you have a nice bright light illuminating Dante.
It's just Dante.
How close are we? Are we like spookily too close?
Just a little bit. Claudia, you did hear him coming, so you point the flashlight instinctively at him first.
Yeah.
Good God,
You
woman!
guys, what happened to your,
Not in the
what happened
eyes.
to your- what happened to your light?
There was this thing. It came out of nowhere. It grew from the ground. It's quite scary.
Yeah.
I dropped my lighter, trying to get away from it.
How many stories is this library?
It is 2 stories. But the second story is mostly open air to the first one.
Yeah. Oh, that's vaulted ceiling.
Yes, very much like the picture being used here.
I think you and
All
me
right.
have the same idea.
Are you alone?
I passed by a couple. Wait, how many people did I pass by? One? Just one person?
So it's just
Yes.
me and Dante. It's just me and Dante here.
Yes, it's just you two here. It looks like, Francis isn't here.
The front door is filled with dirt. I was going to check the roof, see if we could signal some help.
Okay. I'll come with you.
Alright. Where are you gonna go?
Well, rooms are usually upstairs.
Yeah,
Okay, so
try
you're
to
just
find
trying to
roof
get to the
access.
roof,
Yeah.
Yeah, first
I
we'll
will
go
re-
upstairs, then we'll start looking for doors labeled roof access or maintenance.
Alright.
Or fire
You two
escape.
So you two are going off to find the roof. I will return to you in a moment then. Francis, you are darting in between the shelves trying to catch up to this individual. I would like you to just roll speed, body, and athletics.
Okay, here it comes. Speed body athletics. Okay.
This guy
That
has...
is-
Oof.
If you do not have the athletics skill, would you roll anything?
Nope, you just wouldn't have it.
Okay. So
Well, usually you pair a skill with an attribute.
Yeah, in this case, I just had him roll 2 attributes more or less for the fun of it.
Roger that.
But Francis, you in fact come upon the strange figure, the disturbing figure, and in his hand is both a stack of books and a lighter. He has dropped all of the books onto the ground suddenly, and he looks over to you, fire in his hand. You have initiative.
so this guy has fire in his hand.
Yes, he does.
Can I identify what
It's a
sort of
lighter.
wait, so the fire is a lighter in his hand.
That is correct.
Okay. So
Actually, I might have you actually roll initiative to see if you draw your weapon immediately.
okay.
So this way you have that open as an option. I believe that is just mind and observation. You are at ground zero more or less expecting a fight. Get one success and that's all you need.
Minded observation?
Yes.
Okay.
I will roll this guy as
So that
well to see how
is-
well he does if he starts off dazed.
Observation, mind.
Alright, this guy is just A-okay. And as he sees you, he is not dazed, and neither are you. You may have a weapon of your choice in your hand.
All right. So he's gonna pull his pistol. Kind of, he's not pointing it at him, but he's just like pointing kind of downwards. And he's gonna say, "Not another step, pal." And he's going to. Is it possible to hold his? Yeah, it's possible to hold the turn to interrupt, right?
Yes, indeed. You can take a focus action, and at any other point, you can use that action.
Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna say, and I'm going to focus.
All right, so that is your turn. I'm going to give you a blue dot to represent you are focused. The mystery gentleman, or monster, or whatever this thing is going to go ahead and hold up both hands for a second. And you hear in sort of a strange guttural, reverberating voice. I will end it. I must end it.
You're not gonna be ending anything, pal. Just turn around slow.
To that, he is going to go ahead and screech at you.
All right. So as soon as he
As soon as he starts to make a move, you get to shoot first.
Yep. As soon as he makes a move, I'm just going to blow a hole in him.
He is not close enough to counterattack right now.
Okay. So what does this focus exactly do? Does it just allow me to?
I'll let you
allows
take an
to
action.
Take an action at any time.
Okay.
Yeah, you can take a single action, so you can't aim and shoot. You can just shoot.
Okay. So
this boy is going to have to dodge you first.
And so high roller beats the wins. So
shooting is not great. Let me just see here.
yeah, what are you using? A holdout or service?
Griffin said I could get another pistol because
Yes, you have both of them on your person.
Yes. Would it be possible to use the larger pistol?
Yes, you can have that one in your hand.
Okay. So that would be bada bing, bada boom. So
Right.
1.
So you've rolled a 7, and in contest I rolled 2 2s. He's not very mobile, you notice.
Okay.
To that, of course,
Hold on. Don't forget to roll the ammo die too.
Yes, don't forget the ammo.
Okay.
The ammo die is an extra attack die.
This ammo die is... And sorry, when you say extra attack die, what?
As
base
in, it
die
counts
is it?
as one of your attack dice. You know, speed, shooting, and ammo die.
It'll give you more success to do more damage.
Oh, all right. What number would I roll?
It is a D6 inherently.
D6. Okay.
I don't believe you have bullet conversation, if I remember correctly.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so that is going to be 2 successes on top of him. So, how much damage does the pistol do?
If this is using the big boy pistol, that is a Jesus Christ. That's DMG plus 3.
Okay,
Yep,
so
it's 3.
and then plus your 2 successes, that's 5 damage. It's gonna have to figure out what it wants to do here. But first it does get to roll soak. So 1d8 plus 2d6. It soaks one of those down, it's down to 4, and now I gotta look, what is it gonna do? I'm gonna vote, it's gonna hit Frenzy Soak, and it's gonna go ahead and hit Monstrous Soak. So as the shot rings out throughout the entire library, because it is a enclosed space and you fired a gun, you see it start to snarl and yell and scream, but yet whatever strange substance it's built out of, with it the bullet hole in center mass, begins to drip strange black ichor and white mucus down onto the ground, and you can see its free hand reaching down to clutch the hole. It can be hurt.
Ah! If it bleeds, we can kill it.
And I'm going to just double check on Frenzy Soak, because I believe that has something happen to him. Supernatural 6.
No. Yeah, it just recharges when he hits someone. Special effect is he gets mad.
Yep, and he is in fact mad. Perfect. All right. However, that was in the middle of his turn, so he's going to continue on with what he had planned, which in this case is in fact to try to frighten you first. So he is going to go ahead and roll his roll. I want you to roll Body, Will, and Presence.
Okay.
Because of course you still have a shrieking worm thing in your face.
Yeah. All right. Body will end.
It's got a nice spread here. You have a chance to prevail for sure.
There's the body will, and there's the body and there's the will and presence, and there's the body.
Hey, you outclass him then.
Bruh.
You stand firm with your police training. It doesn't matter if who's yelling in your face. you keep your aim steady, to which it realizes that you don't care about
It's
this,
like, oh shit.
and it's going to try to opt to book it. And by that, I mean it's going to go ahead and try to dart into the bookshelves and get away, or at least gain distance and cover.
Okay.
Let's see, double check. I believe it only needs to make a simple roll for this. Combat actions. Move to somewhere else. It's going to declare once move up a range. We're going to roll speed and athletics. It doesn't have that. It has one speed die.
Oof.
Haha. It moves to a short distance from you into the bookshelves, but it is now has cover amongst them.
Okay. So
Uh,
it-
and as a quick intermission before we
Yes.
return to you, everyone has heard this shot, and the group in the back, composed of Knuckles, Zamek, and Emmett, you have found the lantern and fully lit it. And then you heard the bullet.
Well, that ain't
All right,
good.
I'm like, I gotta find my boss, and I'm like, let's go back to the other room.
Of course, right. We'll run there right away. And you
You
will go
stay in the
ahead and
back.
begin.
You stay behind. I'm pointing to Emmett. You stay behind me. You hear? And I'm like literally putting my body between her and what's in the front, even as we're hustling forward.
I forgot that this wasn't on the right layer. Now it is.
okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put you group at medium. And Claude and Dante, are you going to still continue towards the roof, or are you going to return with the gunfire?
Well, I'm not the type of person who moves closer to gunfire. Dante, how about you?
I agree with that statement.
All
We're
right,
gonna
I will
keep-
go ahead and put you at a nice, safe, long distance right now.
Yeah, we're
And
still looking for
I'm
the...
going to go ahead and handle you immediately. You will climb to the second story, which is easy enough, and you will find a service ladder meant to help you get up to the top. There is a trap door up on the ceiling which you have to move. I would like you to roll body athletics to try to move it.
I'm guessing... well, Dante, you're actually much larger than I am, aren't
Negative.
I'm
Give
the
me a
giant.
What's your body at?
I'll try to open it. Body and athletics, you say?
That is correct.
I could attempt an assist. That's the best I can do for you.
All right, I'll try to force it open. God, I hope a handful of dirt doesn't fall on my face. That's 2 successes. I'm not thinking it's my favorite use, opening trapdoors.
That is a good idea to not specialize into, and you are, in fact, correct. And as you start to open it, you do feel the pressure of dirt trying to get in, and you push it straight back up before anything bad happens to you at all.
Even the roof's covered in dirt. This makes no sense.
I fear that we've been transported somewhere other.
Well, the more logical reason would be we've been buried alive, and somehow this building survived a very localized earthquake. Either way, this is a bad deal. Let's find the nearest telephone.
All right. The two of you will head back and search for the nearest telephone, which you recall was, in fact, at the information desk.
It's right there in the picture.
Yep. So the two of you will continue on your journey down there, and we will set you aside for now. So the rest of everyone is in combat turns. It is the good guys' turns. All of you can act in any order you want. You know there's commotion in the library, but you do have to catch up with it.
Well,
Okay.
So between Francis, Zamek, and Knuckles, which of you would like to try to act first?
I think Francis should go
I-
first because he's
yeah.
closest.
Okay,
I go to
Francis.
I go to Knuckles and I'm like, why don't I protect the young lady and you go ahead and greet whatever's causing that commotion up ahead?
Because I would like some light between here and there so I don't trip over something and knock myself out.
Emmett, of course, is going to reach over to you, Knuckles. Take your hand, hold up the light, and go, let's go. When we roll around to you, we'll go ahead and handle that. Would you like to go ahead and run?
Who, us or Francis?
You.
Yeah, I'm running.
Okay, so as we covered for the other character, it is speed athletics. You can go ahead and try to go from your long range to medium range.
Oh, this is going to be great.
And I'm going to tell you that this is going to be a stunt to do this, by the way. But
Well-
you did get your success.
That is my entire dice pool.
Okay.
Because you said just speed and athletics?
That is correct.
Or yeah, so that's my entire dice pool.
If it makes you feel better, that's my entire dice pool too.
Alright, so that'll be your turn for the time
Yeah,
being.
maybe I should have done that.
And you assume you're probably in the area where you hear a lot of stuff happening, but you don't see anything yet.
Yep.
Emmett, of course, is being partially dragged by you, so I will drag her with you for the time being.
Alright.
She is bringing your light. And Zamek, would you like to run as well?
Sure, actually, considering his dice pool, I think I should do it more than him. Hold
Well,
on a
it's
second.
not. You're
But
not
you wanna,
rolling
like,
for
run
all
ahead
of
of
us.
him?
It's rolling individually.
No. No, in other words, I should have been the one that ran forward.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. You'll run together.
What do you need? Speed, athletics.
That is correct.
All right, so that is a okay. Of course. Typing.
Tippity tippity tap. Alright. You have successfully changed ranges. You are now in danger. Like everyone else. Yay!
Great.
Francis! It is your turn.
Okay.
You could fire at this distance and through cover if you would like.
I'm gonna get a little bit closer, then fire through cover.
Alright, much like them, you're looking to go ahead and change range. However, I believe you're just going from short to near, or even close to medium.
Yes.
You can just go ahead and do that as an action. You don't need to roll.
Nice.
These guys had a long distance to run.
Hmm.
At least 20 meters.
And so I can like you can see something like moving amongst the bookshelves, right?
Yes, indeed. You still have eyes on your target.
He's gonna get it. Actually, wait. So that was one action, and you get two actions. Is it two actions?
That is correct. You have
Okay.
two actions. You could do something like aim and fire, or move and fire.
And I've already moved. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
So it's time to fire.
So it's time to fire.
That's right. He is now close enough to you that you do not have a distance penalty. However, he still has a small cover bonus.
Yes.
I didn't help him last time.
2 and a 1. We got him, boys.
Oh boy. Well, he's not quite in range to do anything to you, so
And
he has to dodge.
see that die. The ammo die.
The ammo die is really good and might actually help you out here.
The ammo die.
Because this thing cannot dodge. That said, it still has a chance to soak. That was 3 damage base with the big boy pistol, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yep,
So
plus 1
that
is 4.
Yeah, so that is an easy 4 damage it has to deal with now. It hasn't managed to hit you. It's tried to set up a situation. It hasn't succeeded. It'll soak at least 2 of that. And it'll tap 1 more soak and have nothing left to soak with.
Holy soaks, Batman.
It goes down on 1 damage. And you see it clatter and fall to the ground. Like many people that you may have shot down in the past. previous perpetrators and the like.
Mhm.
But it hits the ground with a strange smush sound.
And I imagine at
And
this
you can
point,
see parts of it start to spread out and crawl away even.
all
It
right.
tries in its last bit of desperation to lift itself on one arm and turn its amorphous worm-like face back towards you. It was impossible. It was always impossible, wasn't it? And its
He's
laughs are the last things it gets before whatever form it had completely collapses.
Francis is gonna put 2 more shots in it just in case.
That is perfectly fair. A lot of you
yeah.
hear 2 more shots ring out as you rush over to see the remains of a suit with multiple bullet holes in it and a lot of shadowy movement.
And I would assume also because I shot through, I would assume bookshelf cover. There's just like burned pages fluttering all over the place.
Oh yes, there's some extra library damage going on here.
Yeah, are you firing a magnum?
Yes.
Yeah, you blew dictionaries apart. Holy crap.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on here?
I go over to the suit and I investigate it.
All right, you lean down and investigate it, and you see a dirty, tattered suit covered in dirt and burns and holes, and of course 4 brand new ones that are very warm right now. In fact, you find 4 bullets inside the suit, and it looks like they are all crumpled from impact. Beside it, you see a handbag with the letters JK on it. And
This was all just a joke?
JK.
I perhaps should have chosen the initials better. However, oh, I'm sorry. That's
1920.
JK.